Let's go! What is up, everybody? It's time for Last Call, baby. And no, not for alcohol. For sports betting. Brought to you by OddsJam, the premier odds comparison company for sports bettors worldwide. And I'll be with you in just a second. Had to share that. Had to share that with somebody. We get some viewers in here. We got a guest coming in here in a little bit. Mike is with me, and welcome, everybody. Well, MLB, NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs. We got a Game 7 in the NBA. Unbelievable. We've got lots to talk about. We haven't been on all week. So let's make some things happen here today. And there's my boy Wes. We'll get in here in just a second. Sniper West, that's right.
What's up?
All right, let's go ahead and let me get this fade out, live fade out. That music was written by me, Bob LaGrasso. It's called Wake Up.
Oh, yeah.
So wake up. And here we are, guys. We got a Game 7 in the NBA. Wow.
Yeah, we do. Bob, I just want to point something out on the Sharp Money page just real quick. There is a play. There's $342,000 in liquidity on the Angels tonight.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And who are the Angels playing?
They're playing Tampa Bay.
Well.
Interesting. Wow. Very interesting.
That's very interesting.
That's a lot of liquidity coming in on these exchange books. So
what's Angels plus 1.5 look like?
Angels plus 1.5. You mean Rays? The play's the Rays.
Oh, the play's the oh my God. Then what's Rays minus 1.5? Here, hang on. I'm gonna find it.
Probably. I mean, it'd be plus odds on that, but
right. Okay, I see what you're saying. You're saying Rays is the play tonight against the Angels. And you know what?
Pretty heavy play here.
Well, yeah. I mean, the line is pretty well about minus 148, minus 150 on the money line. Rays minus 1.5, plus 143. So yeah, I would jump on that. Definitely. It looks like the Sharps are on the Rays tonight. What's that pitching matchup look like?
Urena and Martinez. Nick Martinez of the Rays. Martinez pitching well, man. 151 ERA, 111 whip, and 60 innings of work. Not bad at all. You know, I'm thinking maybe the public, well, because the Angels got out of Detroit, avoided the sweep yesterday, right? They beat the Tigers pretty good. I think like 7-2 during the daytime.
Yeah.
So it could be, a letdown spot classic. You know, Angels don't win very many games. They have a big win and big letdown next game playing, not really across the country, but it's kind of a long play from Detroit to Tampa.
Right.
I could see it.
Yeah. I mean, the Sharps must know something. It's the way I look at it. Speaking of Angels, and we're going to get to the NBA here in just a second, but since you opened up the book and we're on the Angels, is Mike Trout going to get traded to the Braves, Wes?
The Braves, huh? You know what I've always thought? I don't know about the Braves, maybe.
No, they're in that's the rumor going around right now.
I would almost think he's a Philly boy. Mike Trout's a Philly boy. He's a big Eagles fan. Grew up, obviously, in North Jersey. I've always kind of thought that if he did leave the Angels, because he grew up a Phillies fan, he rooted for them as a kid. So I kind of always thought that might be a landing spot for him if he did exit stage left. He should, man. I mean, Mike, poor guy. I think he's been in 3 playoff games in his whole career.
I know. Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. All right, let's talk NBA because we got a 7-game series in the conference finals. Wemby, a stud, boys. I mean, he's MVP. If San Antonio wins this series, he's obviously the MVP of the Eastern or the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, no argument here. Yeah, absolutely.
No. I mean, and certainly there's been guys that have been huge for San Antonio. I mean, it does take a complete team effort to win, but yeah, I mean, Wemby's obviously the guy that you're going to give the Western Conference Finals MVP to, no doubt about it. I mean, he has been tremendous. The numbers will show that, but yeah, I mean, both of these teams are two of the best defensive teams we have. And as I told you, coming into this series, I just thought that San Antonio has some guys that they can throw different guys at SGA to keep him off balance a little bit. And it's proven to be effective. Really, really good on-ball defenders that they have. Vassell has been outstanding. Stefan Castle has been outstanding. They've really done a good job of defending him and making him have to work extremely hard and not fouling him. They're playing straight up defense on him and doing an amazing job. So, yeah, I mean, this whoever wins this series, it's going to be interesting going against the Knicks, because we know the Knicks have been really potent offensively, but they haven't faced the defense like they would see with San Antonio or OKC.
Absolutely. Agree 100%. Wes, would you agree with that?
Yeah, obviously about Wemby being the MVP. Obviously, Shea would be MVP if the Thunder. Just looking forward to tomorrow night's game. I've done a little bit of research. I kind of like the Thunder a lot here. Like, I want to lay it with the Thunder. So my thoughts are San Antonio. Granted, they took game 1 here in Oklahoma City, but you take that game out, they're actually 3-8. Their last 11 games, just straight up, take the spread out of it. They're 3-8. Their last 11 games in OKC. They just don't necessarily play well in this building. And OKC, they're 40-8 at home. I feel like whoever wins this game is cover the game. Like, for example, if the Thunder win the game, they're going to win by 5 or more. If the Spurs cover, they're going to win outright. I don't think the 3.5 points is really going to matter here at the end of the day. But I like, the Thunder, they're battle tested. If you remember, they went 7 games last year against the Indiana Pacers in the finals. Granted, right. Halliburton got hurt, and they kind of, maybe you could say, got gifted the championship because of that. But a lot of experience. I like Dan All. Let me tell you something. For a championship winning head coach, nobody knows who Mark Denal is.
Yeah.
Nobody ever talks about him. And
that's true.
Mitch Johnson, too, he doesn't get a lot of play. And so 2 really good young head coaches here. But, yeah, I would lean toward laying it here with the Thunder tomorrow night. That's my thought on this game.
Okay. You know what? I'm with you there 100%. Now, let's talk, since you're in Vegas. That town's got to be going crazy with a sweep of Colorado. And I told you that Vegas was going to be tough defensively. I didn't think they were going to be this tough. And I got to be honest with you. We talked about Carter Hart? He's going to the Cup Finals, man. Can you believe it?
Yeah, it was unbelievable series. I was on Colorado 3 out of those 4 games too, and I got my butt kicked. I will shout out to Bob LaGrasso. Bob came on one of our shows, and 2 of our other experts were on, Colorado, and Bob said, "Not so fast, my friend," as Lee Corso used to say. College game day. And yeah, you called it, man. I mean, it was just an outright, annihilation by VGK. I'll tell you what, I thought Colorado was going to be able to dictate pace. Like, if they play fast, then Colorado would beat them at that game. If Vegas wanted to slow it down, they'd be able to slow it down and play, more defensive brand of hockey. But it was not the case. The Avalanche did not dictate pace. VGK dictated pace. They played their game. And I'll tell you what, Tortorella, he made all the difference. I think he's 19-4-2 or something since he took over. Absolutely brilliant head coaching change. I like Sullivan too, and I think he might wind up with the Oilers or somewhere. I don't know. He's probably going to be a head coaching candidate in this next cycle. But yeah, no, Vegas is. You see the flags everywhere on all the cars right now, and it's definitely VGK fever. 3 Stanley Cup appearances in 9 years as a franchise. They're doing something right.
Tortorella is 19-4-1 with Vegas after the Colorado sweep, Mike.
Yeah, and we didn't really give a lot of love to that Pacific division because I got to be honest with you, I just did not see anybody coming out of that division to represent the Western Conference. I thought it would for sure be the Central, with Dallas and Colorado having a lot of experience. Obviously, Vegas does have the experience. They're the last team to win a Stanley Cup final besides Florida, who's no longer in it, which Carolina's licking their chops right now, not having to deal with them, as we know. But Vegas did an outstanding job in this series. And, Mitch Marner, that turned out to be a great move by Vegas.
Oh, my God. Has he not played great?
He's made a huge difference for them, man. You've got with him and Eichel, that's tough to deal with, man.
Jack Eichel on the face-offs, boys, he is as good as there is in the NHL. I think that is an area that's overlooked completely.
I would argue now, it's crazy to think this now because, Colorado, they only lost one game in the first two rounds, so it's not like they were playing bad. But looking at it now, Bob, the best two teams in the Western Conference, at least throughout the playoffs, I think we have to say it was Vegas and Anaheim were the two best teams in the Western Conference during the playoffs, arguably, because Vegas swept Colorado. Anaheim won 2 games against Vegas. I understand Colorado did only lose one game in those first 2 rounds, but, they didn't even show up for the Western Conference Finals, man. Vegas swept them, whereas Anaheim took them 6 games, So the Pacific Division proven to be the better division, at least in the playoffs.
And I think tonight, Carolina puts Montreal in their place. It says, we just whipped you 4-0 in your place. We just took 2 in a row. We've won 3 in a row. We're getting rid of your asses tonight. You're getting on our nerves. You're like a fly. You bug me. Get off my shoulder, whatever. Get the hell out of here. It's time for us to go play for a cup.
Yeah, I would agree. The Canes just look unstoppable. Other than that game 1, obviously, Montreal. Montreal was riding that wave of, beating the Lightning in 7 games and then beating the Sabres in 7 games and doing it, scoring a lot of goals, right? And then they come in 1 and they score 6 goals against the Canes. And you're like, whoa, what's going on here? And, since then, they haven't been able to really do anything offensively. I think they have not shot more than 18 shots in games 2, 3, and 4.
What game was it that they had 12 shots going into overtime?
I think, 2 and 3 both went to overtime, and I think there were 12 and 13 shots on goal on both.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's absolutely crazy.
Well, Carolina does play a really defensive game, and let's be honest as well, heading into that first game that Montreal obviously came out storming, as Wes said, they were coming off of a big series win. Carolina was well rested. Sometimes I think too much rest is a bad thing, and I think they were really flat in that first game. That was not Carolina's style. That was not the way Carolina plays. I think that long layoff hurt them, and here Carolina's sitting. They've only lost 1 game in this entire Stanley Cup playoffs so far, and it was that game 1 in which I think they were rusty because, again, I said coming into this series, Buffalo or Montreal, whoever won that series, was not going to be scoring 6-7 goals on Carolina. And then sure enough, game 1, I'm like, oh my God, what? Well, I think it was that Carolina was rusty because as you see, the next 2 games, they go to overtime, 1-goal games. That's the kind of style Carolina plays,
And, also too with for the Hurricanes giving up 6 goals in that 1 game, they are still only allowing 1.67 goals. Playoffs.
Unbelievable. Their penalty kill, is ridiculous.
Mike and I were watching the game the other night, Mike, and you said, look, they can't even possess the puck in the offensive zone.
No,
they get in there and the puck is back out of the zone again. I think if Carolina wins this series, which I fully expect them to do, that them and Vegas could be a classic matchup. You may not see a game over 6 goals in that series. It very well could be.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, that series, assuming Carolina wins, which I think they will, that'll be interesting, that matchup of Vegas's power play versus Carolina's penalty kill. because Vegas has had one of the better power plays in these playoffs, and Carolina, as we know, has the best penalty kill in the NHL. That will be a very, very key matchup in that series, is the Vegas power play versus the Carolina penalty kill. So that'll be something to look out for. And I got to be honest with you, I'm kind of excited. I think that's going to be a great series. Vegas is a proven championship caliber team, and adding Mitch Marner just, was huge, just huge for them to add Mitch Marner. Huge.
So what's it like out there in Vegas, man? I mean, you're talking about flags on the cars and what have you. I mean, is everywhere you go, are they just talking about the Knights?
Yeah, even before VGK is a Vegas staple here. Obviously, they're the first professional franchise to come here.
Right.
The amount of people wearing VGK hats, VGK gear, even before the playoffs. I'm not even talking playoff either. I'm talking like regular season at the All-Star break. The amount of VGK paraphernalia is pretty crazy. And now it's just, boiling over. They're having all these contests at all the gas stations, and obviously the sports books are, every bar is a VGK bar, and that's pretty much the only game in every bar. It's definitely a Golden Knights town. It's exciting to see.
Yeah, I would think so. That's kind of like their baby, as you said, their first professional sports team, and Vegas is, the Golden Knights have just done nothing but win since they've became a team in the NHL. They've already won a Stanley Cup, and it just seems like every year they're legit. They had an unbelievable, expansion draft. And they've just, have taken off and become a staple team in the NHL since they've come into the league. So, yeah, I would imagine Vegas loves their Golden Knights over there.
Batsa thinks Vegas wins the cup. I got to tell you, I'm still going to root for Rod Brind'Amour and the Carolina Hurricanes. Sorry.
I'll tell you what, Canada once again has to wait for a Stanley Cup. It's been, was it 93? Was it the Canadians in 93? Was that the last time?
That was the last one. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. Unless Montreal can do it again, like they did in 93 with a rookie goaltender and come back here down 3-1. It's probably going to be the case, which I think we're all in agreement. Carolina's not losing this series. I will say I wouldn't be surprised if this was a closer game tonight, a 1-goal game. Montreal plus 1.5 could be a play, maybe. I don't know that I'm jumping on that, but Carolina does play tight games. I
got to show you what sharp money's showing right now, and there's not much liquidity here, but it looks like the play is Canadians minus 1.5, but we're only at 11,500 liquidity. No way. There's no way the Canadians are winning by 2 or more goals tonight. If they do, I'm going to bet every sharp play that comes out from now on.
The only thing that scares me about the Canadian, well, first of all, I like the under a lot in this game tonight. I just think another defensive-minded game. But the only thing that maybe scares me is if Carolina's up like 3-1 or something. Montreal, they empty the net out for 5 minutes and then get a couple extra goals, which could happen.
Right. Yes.
Now, let me get to Steven's comment. My thing with the Spurs is they are totally dependent upon Wemby. If he does something stupid and gets ejected again, that alone could decide it. He's not going to do that again, I don't think. He learned his lesson. I think he's been okay since then. I don't think he does anything like that, obviously. They are dependent upon Wemby, obviously. You have to be dependent upon your star player. The Thunder are dependent upon SGA as well. But the thing the Thunder or the Spurs and the Thunder, obviously, the Spurs have these guys that are just aggressive lockdown defenders, man. They just play extremely good individual defense, team defense. I think the Spurs are very reliant on that defense as well. So, and that creates a lot of issues. So, I think that obviously they're dependent upon Wemby to put up. He's got to get him close to 30 and 10, 15 or more rebounds, probably. Of course they need to have that, but they also need those defenders to keep locking down as well.
There's a Rangers money line, which they have done me wrong the last 2 games. My baseball model was kicking ass, and the Rangers kind of screwed it up the last couple of days. Let me go to positive EV here real quick. I want to pull up some main and alternate markets and see what the heck is out here right now. Nerfy in the Blue Jays and Orioles game. Thoughts, gentlemen? Anybody on a Nerfy on this game? What is that matchup?
Well, if you remember, I think it finished 2-1. So obviously, both teams struggled to hit the ball last evening. We have Mako or Mako, however you pronounce it.
Mako and Rogers.
Yeah, Rogers is a worry.
Yeah.
A little bit. I mean, it's only one inning, though. Again,
right.
That ERA, that's not just one inning, first inning. So
I think a half.
I mean, I'm the value's there. It's a good play. I wouldn't overthink it. I would probably take it, honestly. Now, again, Rogers is a worry.
Cardinals and Cubs, big series in St. Louis. Cubs are ahead of the Cardinals by a half a game. Imanaga and Palante under 7.5. I could very well see that happening. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I love the under. I'm on the under already tonight for sure.
Okay, cool. You like it, Mike?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Looking for a couple other plays here, seeing if I got any hockey play. Hey, here we go. Let's do a college baseball play. Ole Miss on the money line against Arizona State, 53.3% probability, -110 on Novig. I got to tell you, I like this play a lot.
Okay. Yeah. Steven wants to know, is there some under 2.5 kicking around again in the hockey game? No, I didn't see any. No.
Haven't seen it. And then we got a dog out here in the A's against the Yankees, but only a 44.3% probability. How about, since we were talking about this Angels Tampa Bay game, what about a Yerfie in it, guys?
Yeah, so it's Urena, right? Urena against Martinez.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Angels just struggle to hit, man, from time to time. They're very, very inconsistent. But they do come off scoring 7 runs yesterday, so maybe, sometimes that spills over to the early innings game.
I'm going to hit it. It's almost at the 48% plateau that I like to be
at. If you wanted to ride it, I have a feeling you're probably going to be relying on Tampa Bay to cash this Yerfie for you, because I'm not sure the Angels are going to be the ones to come through. So when that happens, that does make me a little worried, because you almost eliminate one team from your potential of a Yerfie. So, but if you want to sprinkle a little bit on it, why not?
Yeah, right. Martinez is dealing too. His numbers are really good.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite markets right here. First half run line where the dog gets the half a run. Red Sox against the Guardians at Cleveland. Red Sox plus a half a run, and it's a 57.1% probability. I got to be honest with you guys. I like this play a lot.
Yeah, the Red Sox got blown out, I believe, yesterday by the Braves, right? So
yeah, and they've been struggling lately.
Another play, Nerfy, Arizona and Seattle. I really like a Nerfy when Seattle's playing.
I like the under in general in that game, so I'd probably lean to the Nerfy, obviously, if I like the under in the game.
And by the way, that correlates a lot of times. Doesn't all the time. But, when you're on the under for a full game, you ought to think about taking the Nerfy.
Yeah.
Because it does hit a lot. Same thing with first period totals and, totals in hockey. They correlate very, very well.
They can.
It's too bad the odds makers are too smart to not let us parlay those together.
Yeah,
no kidding.
And that bunch of crap. I like the A's plus 1.5 tonight. I like that play a lot also. A's are playing. That's going to be your team, man. That'll be your baseball team.
Yeah. Yeah, Severino. The numbers aren't terrible. I can see him having a good game. And I think Rodon, is it Rodon for the Yankees?
Rodon, yeah.
Rodon, okay.
It really, To be honest, both their numbers are very, very similar. Obviously, that ballpark in Sacramento is prone to, the total's 9.5 for a reason. Obviously, you see a lot of high scoring games there. The weather's, kind of warm, especially when we get to the summer months. But yeah, I think the A's can hang tough. It's funny. I think I haven't looked at the divisions lately, but they were 500 and they were number one in that division for quite a while. I don't know if that's still the case.
Man, we got more Nerfies and Yerfies on here. Just absolutely crazy. There's 4 more plays. I want to go through them real quick.
Steven, yes, he is out for Game 7. Yes. Yeah, ruled out for Game 7. J-Dub's out for Game 7.
Okay. Where is it at? Okay. Phillies, Dodgers, Yerfie. Here's why I'm not making this play. Believe it or not, the Phillies and the Dodgers have played in a lot of Nerfie innings. Like, you wouldn't think that with their lineup, but the Dodgers don't score a lot early. I don't like the Yerfie in this. I like a Nerfie in that game, so I'm passing on it. Brewers and Astros. Another reason why I'm not going to jump on this play is because the Astros pitching can be gotten to, and the Brewers just know how to score runs.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You agreed or disagree?
Other than, Milwaukee is rolling out a rookie here tonight,
Okay.
Not a lot of experience for him. So
okay, all right. We'll put a half a unit on it then.
That's something to look into. But.
Okay. Braves, Reds, Nerfie. Now I don't really like this one either because that ballpark is known for giving up a lot of runs.
Steven, that sucks, man. That you don't have no VIG anymore in New York.
That sucks. You guys got screwed there. Yeah, so I'll pass on that one. Then Giants, Rockies, Nerfie.
So I'm personally on the over in this game. So I would either do Yerfie or pass. I'd probably just pass. But
okay.
Yeah, I think I'd pass on that one, to be honest with you.
I agree with you 100%. We haven't really. Let's see. Here's another one. A Yerfie, Tigers, White Sox.
The White Sox have been hitting the ball pretty well this year.
I mean, it's got potential. I mean, you got 2 guys on the mound that don't have a lot of innings pitched right now. 5.2 and 9 innings for these 2 pitchers. So, I mean, I guess a Yerfie wouldn't be a bad thing.
And I'm going to jump on my Cardinals money line, first half money line. That is. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the White Sox have scored 21 runs their past 2 games. Keep that.
Cardinals are starting to be like the Cubs here, man. Now they've lost 4 in a row. Got swept by Milwaukee.
But 4 is a lot further from 10. Okay.
Well, they lose tonight, and they're halfway there, Bobby.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get off that crap. Let's get off that crap right now. I don't want to hear it.
For the Cubs, for a team that what they lose, was it 12 in a row?
I think it was 10, wasn't it?
No, they lost 10 in a row.
So for a team that lost 10 in a row and their record is still 31-26 goes to show you how well they were playing before. Yes.
It's because they had 2 9-game winning streaks.
Yeah.
Well,
they're the only team in baseball history that in the first month of the season or 2 months that had a 9-game or more winning streak, 2 of them in a 10-game losing streak. I mean, they're inconsistent as all get out. I'm not sold on Pete Crow Armstrong. I think they paid him too much money. I do not think he's going to be a star. I'm calling it right now like I did, Mike. I called it with Chris Bryant. I called that years ago. I said he would not. What? There were Cub fans all around me going, he's going to make the Hall of Fame. Bullshit. Neither will PCA.
Yeah, is it Chris Bryant still in the Rockies right now?
I don't even know if he's even around anymore.
Still, yeah, I'm not even sure, man. That's good.
I know that's where he was. I know he was there, and he was with the Giants, I guess. I think he was at one time, too, for a little bit there. But, yeah, I mean, injuries got him, obviously. It doesn't help, but,
All right. Who's on the Cardinals tonight?
Not me.
Of course not, because
I'm just not. I'm not
because
on.
Imanaga's on the mound.
Yeah, part of it. Yeah, and the Cardinals are struggling right now, and the Cubs have gotten that losing streak out of the way and won a couple in a row. Beat Skeens yesterday. So,
hey, Batsa, do you remember the guy who was it that was it last year, Mike, or the year before when the White Sox had the worst record in baseball? And the guy was putting $5,000 on the White Sox to win that night. He was out in Vegas too. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, you don't have to mention his name.
No, I know who it is. You remember? He hadn't popped in a while. God, yeah, it was. It was who were they playing? The Yankees, weren't they? They were playing the Yankees, and
I think so.
They were. If they lost that game, weren't they gonna? Were they going to tie or break one of the all-time losing streak record? I don't remember what it was, something like that. But yeah,
all I know is the guy put $5,000 on them and they lost.
No, they won. The White Sox won.
No, they didn't at that
yes,
game.
They did. Yes, they did. No.
Really?
They won that game. Yes.
I guess I'm getting too old to remember.
Yeah, you're getting way too old.
Okay. Filters. There's nothing really. Anything with sharp money for home runs, it's a big deal. Here, I'll show you real quick. It's pretty simple. Let's go to the sharp money page. Go to the filters, those two lines right there. And it's really simple. Main and alternate markets, no player props. But if you want home runs, you got to just click the home run market and only use MLB. And the only market you're using is home runs. Other than that, you're going to use today's date and go from there. Joe Caglione, though, to hit a home run, hit a dinger is only $803 worth of liquidity. Sharp money is really, really tough. I really like.
Well, not to hit a home run, to not hit a home run, Bob.
No. Well, yeah, I know. The play is over, Mike.
I know that.
To hit a dinger, okay?
Yeah,
bottom
the
line
$803 is not on him.
I know it's under. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But the play, once again,
yes, I know what the play is.
Caglione to hit a dinger. This guy wants my dinger. I do a video every day. Did you know that?
Yeah, daily dingers. Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah. Did you know that, Mike? Are you hip?
No, I'm not hip because last time we took your dingers, we all lost.
Well, I'm not perfect, okay? So when it comes to positive EV, just player prop selected. Obviously, MLB, once again, the home run market. I got the market width set at 200, and then that's maximum. There are times I will take it to 400. And if I do that, I've got two results, Bobby Witt Jr. and Salvador Perez tonight. So there you got my filters there, Brandon. We live fourth quarter. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sure. But what Mike and I wish is that we knew before the Knicks game started. Wes, I don't know whether you did this or not, but we were like, why did we not hammer the Knicks? And when it was minus 5.5, we're seeing that. And later on in the fourth quarter, we're like, why did we hammer the minus 5.5? What's wrong with us? We did not pull the trigger. Did you bet the Knicks in game 4?
I was on the under quite a bit in that series. And unfortunately, I think it was 2 games in a row. I don't know if it was games 2 and 3. I forget which games they were. But I think it was game 2 went to double, or maybe it was game 1 went to double overtime.
Game 1 went to double overtime.
It went over in double. It took 2 damn overtimes for me to lose that bet.
Right.
Which means I was on the right side. And then the same thing happened the next game. It went to overtime, and it went over in the first overtime period. So, yeah, other than that, though, I don't think I took the points with Cleveland one time. I think I was on the Knicks laying points once, and I was on a couple of unders, which lost because they went to overtime.
Well, my question to you is, do you think that you should have bet them in game 4? I mean, obviously now it's hindsight, but when you think about it, other than game 1, the Knicks whipped Cleveland's butt, man.
Well, I think there was a lot of quitting going on in that clubhouse as well. Come game 4, I don't think that they had any interest in playing basketball anymore.
Yeah, no. Knicks had already pretty well taken their soul at that point. So yeah, I mean, but I thought, man, I should have hit the Knicks. I don't know why I didn't bet them, because I did not see Cleveland coming out with any fight at all. And but hey, it is what it is. Sometimes I didn't really get involved in that series a whole lot. I've really been focused on this OKC San Antonio series. So
I almost feel naked here with you guys. I better get a hat on. Like you guys.
Oh man.
So I look kind of weird here being the only one. Plus, it's pretty damn shiny too.
So Bob, you said you did the music intro for the show?
Yes.
What'd you do that on, like Pro Tools, or you just programmed everything?
Reason. Yeah, it's a dog that I have.
Okay. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know if I ever talked to you about this, but I was actually a professional drummer for 15 years.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah, for a bunch of metal.
I've been a professional guitar player for like 51 years.
Awesome. What kind of genre?
I'm all over the place. I mean, Mike and I play together, and we play anywhere from Southern rock to Green Day.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, so and then I can do jazz and all kinds of different stuff. Classical. I know you don't like Carden, but he gets the 3 points for next season. I'm not sure what he means by that, but why are they even talking about why would you talk about James Harden in an extension when he's a turnover machine?
Yeah. I wouldn't want him.
No, me neither. Not at all. Not at all.
No.
My Battlehawks play tonight. Big game. Battlehawks -5.5. Is that the line? I know you like to talk a little bit of UFL. Wes, I want the Battlehawks to win, because if they do, they are going to host a playoff game. So looks like the line has now moved to 6.5. You can get 5.5 in a couple places, but for the most part, looks like 6.5.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, I'm looking at. I have an odd screen as well. Yeah, Bet Online sitting at 6.5. But yeah, there's a couple of 5s. Bovada has a 5, and everywhere else is 6.5. Big split, like a whole 1.5 points between different books. That's
right. Let's see. The last thing I was going to talk to you about, WNBA.
Yeah.
The start of the season, and where everything's at, and whether you're surprised. Okay, the Dream at 4-2. Of course, we got the Eastern Western Conference. Dream, then the Fever at 4-3, and the Mystics 3-3. Liberty in Toronto at 4-4. The Sky has actually started off better than I thought. The Sun, Connecticut, is still on the downside. And then in the West, you got the Lynx and the Valkyries at 5-2. And then you got Portland and the Wings at 5-3, followed by the Aces at 4-3. Then the Sparks at 3-3. Looks like these girls are coming to play this year. I think we're going to have a dogfight to the playoffs.
Yeah, Atlanta's no surprise to me acquiring Angel Reese. Obviously, you knew they were going to. I mean, they were good last year toward the end of the season. They did nothing but improve in free agency. The expansion teams. So Toronto being 4-4, they played some good basketball. So have the Fire. The Fire 5-3. They're showing a lot of spunk.
Yeah.
As it relates to tonight's game, so Kelsey Plum is out for the Sparks tonight, and obviously she's the leading scorer in the WNBA right now. So that's going to be how the Sparks, they can come together. Plus, they're flying across country. They just beat. They had 2 wins. I think the Aces and the Mercury they just beat. So, this could be a letdown spot for them. Kind of like the Mystics a lot tonight, laying the 2.5 with them. I know.
Do you see anybody really out there that you could say, man, I could see them going on a 6 or 7 or 8 game winning streak?
Not really, man. It's really tight knit. I mean, the West, I don't know. Is the West really better than the East this year? I'm not quite sure. I mean, Minnesota's 5-2. They've been playing well. The Valkyries are a really good basketball team, man. Last year, they were an expansion team, obviously, and I was hitting them hard first half, the first half of the season and the first half of games. I'd bet almost every single game the Golden State Valkyries plus the point first half because they were always a dog, and they were a cash cow at the beginning of the season. There was, it came back to the mean for the second half of the year, but they play a pretty good defensive brand of basketball there in Golden State. Really, really solid team. Dallas.
Yeah, the Valkyries only their second year and already tied for the top record in the league. Yeah. Nobody likes Harden. That's why his 3-pointers are good. I don't trust him either way. Who is, there we go. There's a topic to end the show with. Who is your favorite metal band, guys? I'm going to let you guys go first. Slayer, Metallica, Testament, or if you guys have got somebody else.
Well, my favorite, hands down, and it's, in my opinion, everyone has a different opinion, but it's Tool. I'm a big Tool guy. Danny Carey, Maynard, Adam Jones.
Do you find them to really be a metal band, though?
Yeah, they're very progressive, extremely progressive. A lot of time signature changes. They have all kinds of different stuff going on. Half their songs are 10 minutes long, so it's not for everybody. I get it, but I just I went to MI, which is Musicians Institute, right out of high school. So very much like you, like I had to learn everything. In fact, I was the jazz band in my high school. So
I did that too.
Yeah, I'll play everything. Had to learn Latin, had to learn metal and all that. But metal, I fell in love with it. And Tool, the thing with Tool, it just challenges me. Like if I sit there and play along to their tunes, I got to learn the signature changes. It's a lot more challenging than playing 4/4 on the downbeat like Lars Ulrich from Metallica. You know what I mean?
Okay, and I'll agree with you there. But go play some Emerson, Lake and Palmer and get back to me. All right, Mike.
Well, we're not talking about them, but
hey, Mike.
Okay, so Stephen, I think
Mike.
I think it depends upon. I know. Let me talk here, Bobby.
Okay, go ahead.
I think it depends upon metal is so there's different genres of metal. You got new metal, you got heavy metal, you got death metal, you got so. If you're talking like a heavier type of metal, which are some of the bands you've listed there, Stephen, for me personally, a band that I really liked that was considered a heavy metal band, little bit of new metal to them and some of their songs, but definitely considered heavy. I liked Slipknot a lot. Really enjoyed their music. They're more on the heavier side. So for me in that aspect, I would go Slipknot. Now, if we're talking, new metal or and things like that, now we're getting into
metal.
Well, that again, it's not really as simple as just metal. I mean,
very subjective.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
well, there's different
types of metal.
And I realize that because I know who the godfather of metal was. And that is the band that I would pick. And that's King Crimson. Not strictly a heavy metal band.
No.
Pioneers in progressive rock. Hold on, Mike. But I'm going to read you this. Their complex, intense, and heavily distorted sound significantly helped shape the foundation of progressive metal and heavy metal. Robert Fripp is the godfather of metal.
Yeah.
The godfather.
I will say that so Danny Carey, the drummer of Tool, was very much so influenced by King Crimson, to the point where King Crimson opened for Tool on many tours that I've seen both bands back to back. So
well, there you go. So you know what I'm talking about. Robert Fripp's the guy just sits there. They built guitar systems for him. Roland had a VG8 guitar system, all centered around Robert Fripp. Robert Fripp used 2 of those live. I mean, amazing. Anyway, great show tonight, guys. We went a little bit long. Sorry about that. Folks, have a great weekend. Bringing it back. We'll have the Stanley Cup finalists next week. Wes, appreciate you joining me. Hope you come back again next week. Mike, thank you for joining me, Mike. Appreciate it, bud. You find that funny at all? Mike? Laugh with the crowd, Mike. Come on, buddy. Let's not look at as official. I think some cool fans can be annoying babbling on about the
that actually, it is a thing. It is a thing.
All right, let's go. See you later.